Hello and welcome to Bloom Healing Tarot. Thank you so much for coming over to Patreon for part 2 of the Hero's Journey Medicine Wheel reading for the water signs. We have just done a beautiful spread over on YouTube, and if you didn't catch the first part, I really would suggest going to grab the first part, but welcome to part 2. We are here to clarify and reveal the insights for cards 5, 6 and 7. So we'll do a quick recap over the cards that we got in part 1, just to kind of bring you back online in case that you didn't watch this directly after the first part. So in part 1, we looked at the 4 directions. So we looked at number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now we got for number 1, the air aspect in your new beginnings, we got me time coming through as an energy of recharging. 26 is the belly of the whale. This is a time of waiting, observing, bringing things together and allowing that to mature before bringing it out into the world. And the focus here was very much on passion and how we're sharing that passion out into the world, bringing us down into the passion energy. Brilliant, lovely, lovely sort of revolving energy, bringing us into say yes to your higher calling. Say yes to your higher calling. This is a beautiful energy. Number 12. This was kind of refusal of the call. This was holding on, holding back from really where we want to be. And I felt there was this sense of releasing and letting go of the challenges that came through with this 10 of Wands, and recognizing all that you've built and all that you've journeyed through already, and actually how there is a castle waiting at the end of the pathway of both of these cards to say that this is your path, water signs. This was always your journey. You were always going to step into this power, but it was about you finding that confidence and that energy and releasing that doubt, and being a human exclamation mark is a really powerful energy in what you're bringing into the world. So recognizing that you have a very deep purpose here. Now, moving on to number 3, the water, what it is we are learning, what it is we're learning at the moment, and how we are embodying that energy. We got trip the light fantastic, dance with the universe, beautiful energy, represents 23 or a number 5. So this is a time of change, and magically for change, tripping through the light fantastic, stepping through the veil, dancing with the universe, we had the Fool and the Tower. So really showing that once you step through this veil, once you step over this threshold, this is a crossing the threshold card. This is talking about you cannot go back to where you came from. You cannot go back into the burning tower. You cannot go back into this 10 of Wands where there was so much burden. There is only stepping forward into the new adventure here, just like this energy here, stepping forward into a bright new adventure once you've recognized that this is your path and this is your calling, and you were always guided to get here, but you had to find your way through your personal challenges and realize what your passion project really is, so that you can ultimately be who you were intending to always be. Really, really beautiful. And then in position 4, we had Earth, Elder Wisdom, teaching. This is what you are to teach. This is 10,000 angels. Lean on your circle of supernatural support. Brilliant energy coming in to be very much blessed by the devil and the star. I feel that this energy was sharing with all of us water signs is that whether we are part of the 10,000 angels or we are going to teach the 10,000 angels, our own story of challenge and overcoming those obstacles has allowed us to not only heal ourselves, but to find that where our traumas are opens healing for others. So where we have conquered our own fears, our own challenges, we now have a story to tell for others that will be healing for these 10,000 angels who are perhaps your collective, perhaps your ancestors, perhaps 10,000 angels behind you. Perhaps right now you're bringing in some curse breaking energy, you know, breaking generational curses that may have affected 10,000 beautiful spirits in your past. You are now carving a new pathway for every generation to come. I didn't actually feel that energy in part one, but I'm very much feeling it now as I return to this energy. So this is what we are to teach. What it is that we have healed from becomes actually what we are to teach. Wonderful. And then we had our spirit animal guide was the peacock, beautiful air sign, very much representing an empress energy. This is all about abundance coming in and also having that sort of high priestess, intuitive third eye sense of recognizing our greatness, recognizing our beauty, recognizing everything we have within can be shown on the feathers on the outside if we can step into that power. And then for Pisces, we had the journey. Cancerians, we had daughter spirit, and the thinking woman came up for Scorpio. So hopefully some of those energies or some of those messages will have given you some insights so far. But now we're going to jump into the fifth element. These three cards here, they represent the fifth element of ether. They represent that which holds us all together. And it is that greater wisdom, that wisdom from above, from Grandfather Sky, what we are to see. Wisdom from below, from Grandmother Earth, what we are to embody. And the heart of the medicine wheel, the soul message, represents our place in the heart of creation. So thank you so much for coming over to Patreon. It really does mean a lot to me that you are investing in your life, your journey and your purpose. And it is wonderful to have you as part of this tribe. We will be having some very special extra readings here just for the Patreon tribe. So I really hope that you will continue to join us and stay with us. So let's crack on and do some clarifying of, first of all, wisdom from above, Grandfather Sky. What is this all-seeing eye that Grandfather Sky wants us to understand? We got the call to adventure. It is number 1. This actually represents the first threshold on the medicine wheel, or on the hero's journey wheel, in fact, and honor the whisper of your soul. So the call to adventure is what Grandfather Sky wants us to see, perhaps suggesting that we are about to receive a call. So let's clarify, please. Why is the call to adventure here for our water signs? For Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, why is the call to adventure here, and what can you tell us? Thank you, Spirit. The call to adventure. Oh my goodness, wow. We have Temperance and we have the Lovers. 2 major arcana, 2 very powerful major arcana. This one represents Sagittarius specifically, and this one represents Gemini specifically. So you could be connecting with these energies. You could have this very strongly in your chart, but very powerful. Again, Grandfather Sky, wisdom from above. It's talking about all of the angels, all of the planets, all of the cosmos standing behind you, wanting you to understand messages about your journey. Sagittarius here representing patience, divine timing. This call to adventure may well have not yet come in. This is time where you are building up before you go out on a brave new adventure. This is connecting in with this Virgo hermit me time, recharging, recognizing, actually bringing into your own sight what your journey looks like and where you're going to, what you're leaving behind, and how you're stepping into this new adventure, this new call to adventure with the Fool. So temperance allows us to know that Spirit has our back, Spirit has a plan, and there is a lovely balancing here where we've gone from the Devil before, now we're into the Lovers, where actually these two are now unshackled. They now are out of bondage. They have released what it was that was holding them back, that was holding them chained. And actually now they're free to enjoy the abundance. You know, the feminine can enjoy the earthly gifts that she brings. The masculine can embrace the fire that he shares in a much more harmonious way that feels it's now out in the light. This is coming to light. This call to adventure is coming to light. The whisper of your soul. You know, this is often Archangel Michael as well in temperance. This is I'm called to say Archangel Raphael today for this card because of the Lovers. Archangel Raphael very much represents the heart chakra. So this sense of love coming in divine timing. We did have soulmates down here as well, and we had the Queen of Passion. There's a lot of different signs here on the table, but there is this sense of harmony. Harmony between the fire and earth, between the air sign, air and fire, and the water and earth, masculine and feminine. So you could be setting out on an adventure with another person. This could be stepping out on a vision quest to meet your spirit guides. However it resonates for you, water signs, this is what Grandfather Sky wishes you to understand. That love is coming in, or harmonious relationships are coming in, all in divine timing. So let us now look at wisdom from below. Grandmother Earth, what it is that Grandmother Earth wants us to embody and take forward. And we have Eyes on the Prize, number 44, which is a beautiful angel number. We have a lot of angel numbers coming through today, a lot of angels coming through. And trust the guidance of your North Star. We've got the North Star and we've got the star. So you are the star here, my water signs. You have your eyes on the prize. You now know where you're going. You're stepping through this door to spirit, allowing the grace of the universe, the grace of the earth to surround you and nurture you and lead you forward, knowing that you have these 10,000 angels at your back, angels in lots of cards here, and all these orbs represented throughout these oracles are lovely. There's a lot of angelic protection happening here. So, eyes on the prize, we have, wow, the lot of major arcana coming out. We've now got the Hermit and the Ace of Wands. Eyes on the prize. Well, isn't it beautiful that this now sits like that. So we've got the Hermit sitting next to the Hermit card. The eyes on the prize, you could have Virgo very strongly in your chart, or you could be passionate about a Virgo. You know, we've got the Lovers and the Ace of Wands. We've got Temperance and the Hermit. I mean, the Hermit definitely has their eyes on the prize. They are illuminating that which needs to be seen in their own life so that they can show the prize to others. Trusting in the guidance of your North Star. There is a star in the Hermit's lantern. Trusting in your own intuition with the peacock. Allowing your inner guides, your inner light to guide you. And you know, the Ace of Wands is a very fiery, passionate energy with the Lovers. This could definitely be a love relationship that is coming in for you. Definitely the biggest adventure that we can possibly go on is that of love. That of finding our mate, our partner in crime, our best friend in the world. And it is a divine journey. It is a divine journey that can bring marriage and children and empires into being. And it will ultimately be a soul journey for you. All of our connections with other humans and other spirits are soul journeys. And everyone has a lesson for us, or we have a lesson for them. We are all here to teach and learn from each other. And it is through our journey and through our lessons and through our challenges that we are able to then move forward and bring light to others. It is not about abundance all the time. Abundance is only here as a reward for our endeavors. So we cannot expect to have everything handed to us on a plate. We have to be willing to go out there and get it. We have to set our sights on what it is we want, that North Star. And realize that when we are in alignment, then actually these gifts are being offered to us from the cosmos. The Ace of Wands is a gift of passion from the universe. The Lovers is an accentuation. Accentuation? I'm not sure if that's a word. It may be now. It's elaborating on this energy. It's deeper than simply the Ace of Wands, which is a very sexual energy. But when you have the Lovers, the Six of Cups, and this passion here, and the Fool, and the healing of the star, we recognize that actually this abundance is due to us and it is coming into us, providing we keep our eye on the prize and we are clear that we are being guided for our own highest good and the good of others. And we're not perhaps using our wand to... We're not allowing just our passion to guide us. It's about allowing that integration of all of the elements, allowing our emotional side, our mental side, our physical side, and our spiritual passion side to all be embodied in this element of ether. It is ether that brings it all together. So, last but not least, let us go to this one. This is number 7, the heart of the medicine wheel, the soul message. From fear to fuel, stand still and own your power. Now, number 34 represents the supreme ordeal or the supreme opportunity. And this is very much the essence of this whole reading. It's all been about the reward and elixir that comes once we do the work, once we go within and we do our shadow work especially, and we face our demons, we face our devils, and we accept them as part of who we are. These These lessons are powerful. Even if they were painful, they've taught us so much. And we have to recognize that every time we felt a challenge or we felt fear, we did step into it. We did feel it and we stepped through it anyway. And this is the power. It's not about the absence of fear. It's not about finding a world where there is no fear. It's recognizing that fear can be important and helpful for our survival, but we can also use it as fuel to get out there and face whatever it is that feels like this big demon or this big block. And as soon as we face it, we realize it wasn't that big a deal in the first place. And that becomes fuel in itself. You recognize that whatever was holding you back was potentially all on you and your own limitations. So stand still and own your power. Why is this here for our water signs, Spirit? Interesting, we've got 3 cards come out and I'm going to take them because we're on the special Patreon message and this is important. We got fear to fuel. We got the 2 and 3 of wands. First of all, back to back. This is amazing. 2 and 3 of passion, first of all. So there's that passion fuel, very much embodied. Number 2, all about connection, all about union. There's a lot of sense of union, people coming together to do a project, people coming together to make love, to make children, to make families, to make memories. This person is looking out with the world in their hands, recognizing that they have a lot of passion to give and they have another wand to share with somebody else. They want to build with somebody. And the 3 of wands represents your ships coming in. This is having done the work. This is having done that inner work and the outer work, you know, doing this 8 of Pentacles, you know, striving for what it is you want to achieve and carrying those burdens to their necessary completion. And then you can stand back and look out over the shore and realize that all the abundance you've created is now coming towards you, just like that beautiful law of attraction. Now, interestingly, what was underneath this, and these 3 flipped over together, the 7 of Swords. So I feel like the 7 of Swords, which is an air card, could be representing fear or deception around an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini or Libra. But, you know, the deception card, the 7 of Swords, this is someone who is stealing 5 swords in this card. It's trying to sneak away when they're potentially taking something that wasn't theirs. And I think that maybe this 7 of Swords represents the fear. Perhaps this is what has been happening, water signs. You've been in a situation where you've been deceived, you've been betrayed, and it's left you in a state of fear or doubt or worried about what it is you have to show in the world, what it is you have to offer. And almost perhaps there's a sense of sneaking away from your own abundance and your own passion and your own journey because you just can't see it for what it is, or you couldn't see it for what it is because of this deception that was done against you. So I feel this represents the fear here, but my goodness, this represents the fuel. So one way of looking at this, water signs, is that how can you use this fear into fuel? Well, actually, if you were to realize that if people are betraying you, stealing from you, trying to cast illusions over you, there must be some reason for it. They must have some great reason or some belief that you hold something very valuable worth stealing. And that is a way of being able to reconnect with your power. People wouldn't be doing this or have done something to you if actually they didn't feel there was something to gain and to stop you from stepping into what is a very, very powerful purpose. So actually, if you can recognize that what people have tried to take from you is a representation of actually you hold a lot of abundance that is seen as valuable by others, then you can start to see that for yourself and start to recognize that you are moving forward. You're moving from the 2 to the 3. And I've just noticed that actually this is a 7 and this is a 7 here. So stand still and own your power. In these 2 cards, this individual is standing still and owning their power. In both cards, they have one hand on their wand. They're staking their claim. They know what's theirs. They feel supported. They feel strong. They feel balanced. And they look hopeful. And there's passion all around them with all of this wand's energy. Now, again, this could also represent with the Ace of Wands and Temperance here, also a fire energy. We could be dealing with a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, or Sag. This could be someone you're connecting with, but it can also just simply be, for my water signs, a representation that you are in balance. You are fully water, but you are fully fire as well. And you are standing in that pivotal place in the center of everything. Guidance all around you. And fire in your heart. Passion in your heart. Yes, that's very powerful indeed. Fear to fuel. So this is your place in the heart of all creation. Whatever's happened to you, whatever deception, trickery, gaslighting, betrayal, harm that has befallen you, you are very special. And that might be why people are trying to stop you in your tracks, trying to take what you have already built. And you have built a beautiful empire and a beautiful castle. And it's time to protect that. It's time to stand in a sense, it's time to stand in a stance of protection and supervision and watching over everything you've grown, watching these beautiful ships come in now, and allow them to come in. Realizing that you are at the center of all creation. Your passion is the thing that is guiding this journey. And no one can take that away from you. No one can take that away from you. Even if they've managed to bring harm into your life, it enabled you to see deeper into your own soul and understand that nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. You've come all this way. Let us take an energy reading for our water signs from the Egyptian Isis Tarot. I think this is my Isis Oracle deck. So, for Cancer, Pisces and Scorpio, what additional messages from Egypt, from our Egyptian guides, can we bring for your hero's journey medicine wheel? What additional spirit guides are here as mentors to guide us and bring us healing? And any further messages? The Cobra. Divine awakening. Divine awakening. Number 8. The cobra represents knowledge, wisdom, always connected with the devil. The devil and the serpent in the Garden of Eden, they represent the transferring of knowledge to the divine feminine first of all, and then the divine feminine goes forward and awakens the masculine. Number 8, the infinity symbol, representing the Ouroboros, the snake eating itself, going on and on and on forever and ever in a divine awakening. I mean, every day is a divine awakening, my water signs. Every day you wake up from divine sleep, divine healing sleep, into a new dawn, which is always beautiful. The dawn is always beautiful. Wherever you live in the world, whatever climate you're in, there is something magical about the dawn. As the sun rises and bids farewell to the moon, there is something electric in the air, and we can have a divine awakening every morning. We can bring new knowledge and wisdom into our world and into our sphere every day, every moment. When we stay mindful, when we stay open to the journey, and when we accept our demons and our fears into the playground, the more we try and lock them out and keep them out, or push them down and keep them in a box, the more they can hound us, the more they can appear at the worst possible moment and trip us up when we're feeling vulnerable. So remember that divine awakening can be something that we embrace every single moment. Just breathing in and breathing out brings new air, new wisdom. There is wisdom in the air. There is nutrients in the air. Just as there is nutrients and wisdom in the water, we can always be awakening our body to fresh energies. So I think that's lovely. I'm wondering if there is any more energies that Spirit wanted us to take for this reading. And we will pull some of Sasha's 5D oracles. Let's see if there's any 5D energy that wants to come through and add to this message. We've had a lot of 5D energy, a lot of angels, a lot of solar system energy. We've had some 7s, which represents the chakras and the solar system. We've got angels. We've got 10,000 angels. We've got stepping through the veil, saying yes to your higher calling. You're the fool. In the best way possible. You know, when I say that, it's not that you are foolish, but you have the innocence of a child, the excitement of that morning when you wake up and you know you're going on holiday, the excitement of a fresh road and you don't know where you're going, but you know you're meant to be on this path, and you know that all the lessons and all the tools that you ever needed are already within your possession. Now, the first one okay, we got dark magic and psychic attack. Dark magic and psychic attack. So perhaps this devilish energy, we've had the 7 of Swords, we've got the devil. People could have been doing dark magic against you, psychic attacks, connecting in with this sense of deception. This is stuff that happens in the 5D. This is stuff that perhaps you can't see, you can't taste, you can't touch, but you can absolutely sense it. You can absolutely sense it. You can sense it in your dreams. You can sense it with connecting to your guides in meditation. And your own intuition will tell you an awful lot. So I've got to say, like, as I said before, there's so much angelic energy and spirit support from the major arcana here. And, you know, this is very much trusting your intuition. The cobra was always seen on the front of the crown of all the Egyptian pharaohs. It represents our intuition. It represents our third eye as well. So use your third eye. Make sure your third eye is open and awake and alive to the energies all around you. And remember that your thoughts, some of your thoughts may not be all your own. So be conscious of all the different thoughts and feelings running around your system, and try and discern whether any of them may not belong to you. And people may be literally trying to put ideas in your head or dark thoughts in your mind, and you don't have to accept them. You can actually just say, thank you, that's not for me, that doesn't resonate for me, those aren't my feelings or my deep soul messages. And you can let them go. Now, we next had Aquarius. So we've got the star on the table already. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. You could have this very strongly in your chart. Be yourself. Beautiful energy. Be yourself. You know, say yes to your higher calling. Recognize this beautiful energy that you have as a thinking woman or a thinking man. You do embody the Hermit. You do embody the Queen of Wands and the Fool energy and Temperance and the Lovers. Any more spirit energies? I hear our story in the lyrics. So this could be perhaps you're clairaudient, perhaps you are very connected to music and you hear a lot of messages. Perhaps you are hearing your own story, your own love story with your divine masculine or your divine feminine in lyrics. So perhaps there's a message there that you should be listening to more music, or perhaps you are feeling those messages already. But remember that Spirit has so many ways of sharing messages with us. What else can we... And look, feeling the blues on the bottom of the deck. More music, so more sense of, you know, and look, it's sitting over the Six of Cups now. You know, nostalgia, thinking about the past, remembering good times. And you know, you can be feeling the blues and remembering the good times. Maybe those good times are no longer here, and that's why you feel blue. Perhaps you are in separation from your loved one. Perhaps you're feeling passion for someone, but you're apart from them and you're waiting for this reconciliation. You're waiting for this gift of love and passion to come from the universe. And I believe it's coming. I absolutely believe it's coming, water signs. Any more, any more? We do have a couple more. Okay. I love you to the moon and back. Definitely beautiful energy of soulmates coming in together, soulmates connecting in the 5D. You know how you feel about your person. They know how they feel about you. Last but not least, we're going to leave it on this one, the red pill or the blue pill. You'll all recognize this from the Matrix. This is about that decision. Are you going to step forward into your newfound passion, purpose, and path? Or are you going to reject it and allow fear, allow past doubt and worries and deception and burdens to hamper you and hinder you on your path? I don't believe you will. I think you're going to be stepping forward. You know, when I look at all these energies, I think this is showing that you've made this decision. You've made this decision already, water signs. You don't want to go back into the tower. You don't want to go and dance with the devil anymore. You want to dance with the universe. And, you know, dancing with the universe means stepping into your power, stepping into your higher calling, and opening up conversations with your spirit guides. So many spirit guides here for you today. So I think and I feel from spirit and from my heart, this is a very successful message. Successful in love, successful in business, successful in the journey that you're taking. You're stepping through the door and you're doing so with all the education and wisdom that you bring forward with you. And to have only one difficult energy coming through, connected to the fear that we've been going through, and then compounded by the Two of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Lovers, the soulmates of the Six of Cups, the Fool, the Star, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. There's no decision to be made. You are already there. You've stepped through. And now it's time to go forward and claim your reward. So I really hope that you liked that part 2 for my beautiful Patreon tribe. Thank you so much for investing in yourself, investing in this message, and investing in your journey. I hope that you'll join us again on one of the other elemental readings, or indeed for the next water sign reading. Thank you so much for being here. I am Sasha, your green goddess, and I send you my love and light. Namaste.